Today we are making a video on Archcraft 2023-0501 edition. So here is the boot menu of Archcraft. In order to boot it in a live boot, click on the Archcraft BIOS. This is the option to boot it in a live boot. So there are other options to choose. You can choose it on your own. It completely depends on you. So let's boot in the Archcraft live mode or the live boot. It's going to take a maximum of 1 minute or a minimum of 30 to 40 seconds to load up the desktop layout. So I forgot to mention that I'm running it on a virtualization, which is a VMware with 80 GB of hard disk, 4 GB FRAM and 2 processors. So it's going to take a few more seconds to load up the desktop layout. So this is the latest version of Archcraft. So I forgot to mention another thing, which is I'll be posting 2 videos daily without missing any day. So I already posted a video. If you want to check that out, you can check that out after watching the Archcraft Linux video. So it should take a few more seconds again. So this is the latest version of May edition. So again, it's going to take a maximum of 1 minute. So we need to wait for a few more seconds. And you should be seeing a desktop layout completely loaded. So I'm going to show you the downloading process, installation and everything in this video. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. So again, still for a few more seconds and we should be seeing our desktop layout. So there is a black screen, completely black screen. And here is a mouse pointer. You should be seeing a mouse pointer with a highlighter because I set it up in my screen recording, so you should be seeing properly here. And I'm not going to see the highlighter on the mouse pointer. So as you can see, there is no lag or the delay in the mouse pointer. Just a few more seconds and we should be seeing our desktop layout completely loaded. So it's almost like 30 seconds or 35 seconds completed. Just a few more seconds. Sometimes other Linux distro will take like a maximum of 2 minutes sometimes. It completely depends on the Linux distro. If it's a heavyweight, it's going to take a lot of time. Sometimes even the development version, beta version will take some time, because that's a common thing for them, because they are still in the development version. So you can ignore that because they are still working on it. So the ISO file should take a few more seconds for that. So as you can see, it took like 50 seconds almost to load up the desktop layout. So this is the latest version of Archcraft. So let's first quickly change the display resolution because it looks pretty odd. I'm running it on a virtualization, which is a VMware, so it automatically changes the display resolution. But as you can see, there is a black border around the wallpaper. So we can change that by choosing the option. Like maybe a wallpaper could change that thing. So let's change the wallpaper. Click on the wallpaper. And as you can see, there is a bit of delay or a freeze here. Nothing is working. So I think we should wait for a few more seconds, I guess. And this is the latest version. And always if you're using or if you downloaded the latest version of anything or any Linux distro, always boot it in a live boot first, then go with the installation after you're satisfied. If you don't encounter or if you don't find any bugs or any errors like that, go with the installation. It's always a better option to go with live boot first, because it will save you by going to ruining your PC. So I don't want you to ruin your PC. It's always a good option to boot it in a live boot first, then go with the installation after you're satisfied. So as you can see, it is a bit of a delay or a lag. So let's choose this wallpaper and click on apply. Hope it works right now. It is taking a good couple of seconds to load up anything. As you can see, right now the wallpaper fixed itself. And I think it is taking it's consuming a lot of resources. As you can see, there is a bit of delay or the freeze here. So it's a welcome screen of the Archcraft. So let's close this thing. And let's try to change the like this option by right clicking and go to the preference. I think menu style, I guess. It's not the menu style. Let's change the style, which is like a forest maybe. As you can see, the options changed completely. It was like freezing or stuck here as the panel. As you can see right now, it is fixed. So let's first quickly see the task manager. This is the stats. Here is the information of the Linux distro. As you can see, it's a Archcraft, and the kernel is a 6.2.13. It's a 12th gen CPU, and memory is almost a 547 MB. Memory consumption is also low, but it's taking a lot of time to open something. So let's quickly go to the applications. Try to ignore the background noise because kids are playing around my neighborhood and construction is also going. So let's open the system. So let's try to open the task manager. Let's find the task manager. It should be in the system, but it's not here. So I think you don't get a task manager in the Archcraft Linux, I guess. So there is no task manager. So let's open about Archcraft. So here is the Archcraft, and this is the version which is 2023.05, and 01 was the at the ISO file while downloading. So let's go to the applications and open the system. I think this is a task manager, I guess. It's a command or the terminal. So let's type in the command, which is inxi-sv8, which should grab complete information of the distro, but it doesn't show anything. So let's close this thing and open the applications. About xfce. So here is the xfce version, which is 4.18, and GTK version is here. You can go through all the information which is around here. So keybinds, preference, there is plenty of options to customize this Linux distro. So it's good to customize. You can change the style. There are like 10 options. I already showed you in the previous videos. So if you want, you can go to my channel and you can change everything. You can even change the terminal colors. It's completely customizable. It's a lot of customizable options available in this Linux distro. So here is the screen recorder, screenshot, apps as a root. Here are the applications. So these are all the applications available right now. Let's open the desktop. The memory is almost of 600 MB. But if you open in the task manager, it's going to show you like around like a 1 GB or 900 MB. So CPU is around like under 10%, and tasks running right now are 55, and RAM is almost 600 MB of 4 GB, which I already mentioned. I'm using a 4 GB of RAM and 80 GB of hard disk for the VMware. So let's close it, and as you can see, here is the CPU and RAM going on here. So these are the desktop features: the volume, date and calendar, and media player. So let's open the let's open the internet browser. Does we have an internet browser in it? Let's find out. Network, and here is the Firefox is the default browser of the Archcraft Linux. So let's open the Firefox web browser and let's go to their website and download. I'm going to show you the downloading process and their website. So again, Firefox should take a few more seconds, and as you can see, keep an eye on here because it's a CPU and a RAM here. So as you can see, you should be seeing the RAM usage and the CPU usage constantly. So let's check out the version of the Firefox first. So this is the version which is 112, which is the latest version, and you also have a point release which is 0.02. So let's quickly type in the search term, which is Archcraft Linux. This is the search term you need to type in your browser or your search engine. So this is the website, which is archcraft.io. You can directly type in this URL in your search engine or a web browser. So it's completely based on Arch Linux. It clearly says on the website. It's a minimal Linux distro, but it's taking a lot of time or a delay, as you can see. So if you want to go through all the information, you can go to their website and check it out. And let's check out the flavors, which is xfce and lxde. Right now I downloaded the xfce version, so let's go to the download. So this is the latest version, which is Archcraft 2023.05.01, and the password for the live boot is username and password is the live user. So there is no 32-bit architecture, ARM or WSL editions. So they are going to say, they clearly said there is never going to be happening. So you always get a 64-bit architecture. So that's the only options available. So I choose the xfce edition. Click on download. If you want, you can go through the release notes. Here is the downloading. It's an old version here, so let's close this thing and go to the downloads and go to the source code. You can choose any options here. You can verify the ISO file. So let's go to the source code website because we want the latest version, and it's going to take a few seconds and you should be having a latest ISO file. So by removing this URL, just keep the until files. So let's first download, and I'm going to show it again. So here is the downloading size, the version. You should be seeing the version before downloading. So this is the version, which is 2023.05.1. so let me close the download. So let's open the projects. I removed completely, so let's just open the Archcraft. So this is the URL to get into the source code. So here is the information. You can go through all the information. Let's go to the files, and here are the versions. This is the latest version I downloaded. The version is 23.05, and here is also the direct link. Click on the version, and here is the file size. The 2023.05.01 edition has only xfce edition. There is no lxde, so be careful while doing or downloading these things. So that was the URL and that was the downloading process. So let me close this thing and let's check out the installation process, because that's the only thing left right now. Let's find out the installation. Let's check out the installation process here, and we should be seeing the installation here. It's going to take a few more seconds to load up the installer, and you can see the CPU and the RAM consumption here. Always keep an eye on the CPU and RAM while I'm doing these things, because you should be having an idea of how much resources are consuming right now. So it has the Calamares installer. The version is a 3.2.61. So this is the again same thing or the same installation process in every Linux distro. So there is nothing complicated here. So first you need to complete all these things. First you need to choose the language. There are plenty of languages available. I'm going to choose the American English for the video. Click on next. Here is the location. I'm using a VPN, so it's going to show Singapore as my location. So I'm going to choose the America Los Angeles. Here is a drop down menu. You can choose it from here, or you can choose it on the map. It clearly depends on you. And here are some of the customization things. You can customize it if you want, or keep it like that if you want. It completely depends on you. And click on next after choosing all these things, and you see a keyboard here. You should automatically having your keyboard here, and mine is a generic 105 key PC. I'm choosing English United States and the default, so you can choose it on your own. So click on next after choosing. So here is the desktop layout or the desktop environment available. So openbox, bspwm. So these are the options available right now. So click on next, and here is the partition options. First you need to choose your hard disk or the destination folder or the destination installation destination. This is a VMware. I'm choosing a VMware. It should be different for you. If you're choosing a VMware or a VirtualBox, it's going to mention like that. If you want to install it completely on your work PC, so you should be seeing your hard disk or SSD. So always be careful while doing this option or while installing. Always use the Linux distro in a live boot first for up to 2 to 3 hours. After you satisfied without any bugs or encountered any errors, you should go with the installation. Don't just download and go with the installation. Even if you watch my video, go with the live boot first and go with the installation. I'm going to say it again and I'm going to repeat it again and again because I don't want you to ruin your PC. That's the reason I'm going to say it like 2 to 3 times in a video, in every video. So that's the tip or the helping thing from me. So let's go to the installation process back. So you need to choose the options available right here. If you want to delete the company present operating system, and if you want to install the Archcraft, you need to choose the erase disk and choose these options. It's going to delete the current operating system, media files, videos, music, everything, and it's going to install the Archcraft Linux. So be careful while choosing these options, and you should be having an idea of what you're doing here. So it's going to delete the everything, so be careful. So again, if you choose the manual partitioning, it's going to give you the option of partitioning, resizing, or everything like that. So if you choose this option, you should be having a dual operating system, and you can dual boot in this option. So I'm going to choose erase disk, and these are the other options to customize. You can customize it on your own. And if you want to encrypt your system, you need to provide the password in the 2 boxes, which should be same. I don't want for the video. So, and here is the bootloader location. This is the automatic and the best option. You can choose the option do not install or bootloader and the system partitioning if you want to customize, or if you want to customize it later. It completely depends on you. So after choosing this option, click on next, and you should provide your username and password. You don't need to provide your actual name. You can provide anything, and always remember the password and write down the password. Even if you forgot, you should be having your password written down, so you should be good for that. So always write down the password. It should be a good idea and helpful when you forget. So always use a strong password again. So I'm going to choose the username as a runboxing as the username. If everything is going good, you should be seeing a tick mark. If you do anything wrong, you should be seeing a cross mark here. So I'm going to choose a simple password for the sake of the video. You need to provide your strong password for the Linux distro because you are using it for a few more days. I'm not going to use it for a lot of days. I'm going to delete the Linux distro or a VMware as soon as the video is complete because I don't want to. So you can customize your things here, log in automatically without asking for the password, and you can choose the different password for the administrator account. It completely depends on your. So I'm going to choose the same password, so I'm going to click on it. So everything is good, so you should be seeing a tick mark here. Click on next. You should be having a summary of what you chose in the previous steps of installation. I chose everything like this is available here, and after clicking on install, this is all the things is going to happen to your hard disk or SSD or the installation destination. So after clicking on install, it's going to take a maximum of 20 minutes if you have a low end PC. If you have a mid end PC or a good end PC, you should be having installation process complete in 5 to 10 minutes. It completely depends on the system resources and Linux distro. So after installing, it's going to take this many of minutes, and it's going to say the finish. You need to click on finish, and you need to reboot your Linux distro, and you should be having your Archcraft Linux installed on your hard disk or a VMware, whatever you choose. If you choose the VMware, no need to worry. So if you choose the hard disk, it should be deleting the current operating system, and it's going to install the Archcraft Linux. So that's the installation process. So let's close the installation process, and let's open some of the apps and end the video because that's the only thing left right now. Let's open the file manager. Again, as you can see, there is a lot of delay in opening some of the even the basic apps like a file manager. So this is the latest version of xfce or the file manager. On the applications, we completed everything. Let's try to open the terminal emulator and type in some of the commands. For example, neofetch if it's pre-installed. Here are the information of the Linux distro. Let's type in the command, which is cat etc:/issue. Click on enter. It's Archcraft. So let's type in the command, which is inxi. It's not found, so let me close this thing. So let's open the text editor. Let's check out the version. Here is the version. Let's open some of the applications. Development, graphics, multimedia. There is not of many apps, so there is no need to open this too, because there is nothing available right here, as you can see. Just themes. You can customize. This Linux distro is only for the customization. If you want to download any apps, you need to download it on your own, and if you want to install anything, you can install it on your own, because there is nothing comes with this Linux distro. So these are the information. So again, there is nothing to choose here. You can change the style. It completely depends on you. So CPU is going around like a 50%, and RAM is almost a 700 MB. So I think that's the end of the video. I think I covered everything. So I'll be posting 2 videos daily. There is a video already in the YouTube which I already posted. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out after watching this video. So again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. It helps make a good content for you. Other than that, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace out.